flavor. A hellscape of flavors.
Against your delectably salty palate. For your flat-lying taste buds, we bring in epic proportions of flavor. Why he sounds like the dude in the Actors Theater? I don't know. Or no, the Behind the Actors Studio or whatever.
Oh, not James Corden. What do you think of?
You know what I'm talking about,
Right.
though.
Anyway, welcome to What You've Been Watching. I am your host, the very confused, marvelous Mike Dudley, joined as always by my co-host, cohort, and youngest brother.
Marcus Dudley, MD3, checking in on you. What is going on out there in podcast land? We hope you are certainly doing well. We are broadcasting live from the What You Been Watching studios right here in Tallahassee, Florida. Not quite close enough to the beach where most people like to think Florida, but still pretty close to Georgia, you know, right in that fine line. That's where we're at.
Sure, we have a lack of beaches, but we got plenty of meth.
Right, right. Big shout out to Kesta for the banger, as it were. It slaps, as the kids say. They probably don't even say that shit anymore.
Right.
But,
that's sus, bro.
That's sus, bro. Yeah,
no cap.
I know. If I hear the word cap one more time. Like, here's the thing. First off, shout out to Kesta, always bright.
Let's get that out the way.
Get out the way first. You can find us at Whatcha Been Watching Podcast at gmail.com. Where else can they find us, my brother?
You can find us online everywhere on Facebook, facebook.com/Dudley Bros Podcast, or just call us. The number here is 850, not really.
Yeah. It's like an outcast. He's like, call me. Don't call me no more. Can't even smoke like that. Anyways, no, but there's a certain slang where you hit a certain age, especially if you're white in a certain age. Uh-huh. If you're 42, talking about no cap, just
hang it up.
Just call it bull. Just say, oh, that's bullshit. Just
right.
If you're black and you could be 60 and it just sounds cooler, let's just be real. You can say whatever you want lingo wise, but if you're white in a certain age, just let the lingo. That's why I still say that's what's up. That's why I still say charge it to the game. That's why I still say certain things, because I'm stuck in my era's slang lingo. So
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Very not gnar.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyways, we're already off of the rails here. My brother, the reason why everybody tunes in, not just to look at the beautiful, beautiful banner done by the great MK Dudley art.
Oh, not just the artwork?
Yeah, the reason why they really tune in, my brother, they want to know, as I want to know, what you been watching, my brother?
My man.
I love it. I love hitting that every time.
My man, I've been on a stand-up comedy special kick. Been getting my fills of that.
We actually show a lot of love to stand-up on this podcast, man. We do our due diligence of trying to keep up with what we've been watching, and well, yeah, that's the whole point of the show. But to show some love to the stand-up platform, so we review them as if they're like legit films. So I appreciate that. But anyways, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, it's one of the great art forms. You know, you got live theater, you've got movies, you've got, you know, television, and then, you know, stand up. It's its own separate art form, its own genre in the category of performative art. And, you know, who doesn't like to laugh, you know? Like who walks into a comedy show and was like, "Man, I laughed so hard it sucked."
Here's the pecking order, Michael. It goes musician, actor, dance man, stand-up comedian, clown mime, and then poet. But they struggle too much. Anyway,
that's right. They'll be famous when they're dead.
Right. That's why painters aren't even on the list. But anyways, stand-up kicks. What you been watching, my dude?
I saw a stand-up by a comedian called Randy Feltface.
Okay, who is this?
Randy Feltface is an Australian Muppet who is also a stand-up comedian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big, purple, round head, bulbous eyes, flappy top head. You know, whole Muppet genre or whole Muppet gig. You know.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You can sell me on this, but it sounds terrible to me.
Okay, it's a lot less Jeff Dunham.
Okay, because he has his audience.
Sure.
I know people that fucking love Jeff Dunham. It's not for me.
So for example, with Randy Feltface, you never see the operator. They treat the puppet as if the puppet was a real person, a real stand-up comedian, basically.
Okay.
So,
is he raunchy?
He can be. I mean, not terrible, not like Jim Norton or anything like that. But
okay.
he works blue, sure, yeah. I would have to say it's almost like he's got a lot more John Mulaney or Patton Oswalt kind of vibes. Just like it's not necessarily just set up, follow through punchline, set up, follow through punchline. He tells stories and sort of weaves the jokes in through his telling of the story. A lot of crowd interaction, a lot of like, so what do you do here? What do you do? How are you?
Yeah. Is the voice annoying?
No. Because he's not doing a caricatured voice. It's literally just the performer's voice, but he's voicing the puppet.
Nice.
Like he's not putting on affect or anything.
Okay, because that will get old for me sometimes.
No. It's not like Kermit the Frog or Fozzie Bear doing stand.
Hey, now Fozzie is the greatest stand-up of all time. If Fozzie wants to, that's what I'm saying, Michael. This person's stepping on sacred ground here. You know what I'm saying? That's the Fozzie Bear arena you're introducing yourself into.
But Fozzie Bear
unwelcomely, might I add.
Right. Fozzie Bear would be this guy's Jim Gaffigan. He doesn't work through humor. He works more family style.
Fozzie Bear is like the Rodney Dangerfield.
Sure.
Of all time, not just our time. Just the one-liners. Brilliance.
Anyway,
yeah.
What's
the name of the special?
The name of the special is Randy Writes a Novel, and basically the whole premise is he comes in, he talks about how hard it is to write a novel, and this, that, the other. He goes on this like long tirade about the life of Ernest Hemingway, done in almost a very like you remember in the Ant-Man series where Michael Pena would recap the story or whatever.
Oh yes.
He kind of does the entire life and times of Ernest Hemingway in that style, where he's just barreling through it and making side commentary as it happens, kind of thing. 1907, goes to Africa to shoot lions, dick. Goes fishing, accidentally hooks himself and almost drowns, karma.
Nice. I like rapid fire stuff like that.
He tells a story about buying a shelf off of basically their Craigslist or Backpage or whatever, in terms of like how well that worked out and the craziness he had to put up with that. It's just a lot of stories to sort of all come back to the original story of the creative process and what it takes to like really dedicate yourself to being a creator.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm with it. Yeah, because if it was, I would appreciate it for an hour, maybe, or 30 minutes or so, or 15 minutes.
Yeah, but I think it's only like an hour 5, hour 10. It's not a long special at all.
No, I was saying that, like, if it was all, like, and then he went downstairs, and of course I'm not shaved, because it's a fucking puppet. It's like, I would have been like, okay. But I should not pass judgment. Probably, I think when you initially were saying it, the way I pictured it in my head was like, oh, this sounds terrible. But you've sold me.
Okay, yeah.
So anything else on it, or you want to review it, or what? You can talk as much as you want.
Oh, man. I am going to give that,
There's the easy one here. It's a layup.
4 Waka Wakas?
That's a good one. I was going to say No Strings Attached.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But he's a hand puppet, so that doesn't work.
Exactly. It does work.
Oh. That was layered.
See what I did there,
like
Michael?
An onion.
4 Waka Wakas. That was a pretty good review. All right, cool. What else you been watching, my guy? You were saying some other stand-up? I definitely watched one recently.
Okay, well, yeah, we can just talk about that if you want to.
I think you probably watched it too, though.
Yeah, the old Tom Segura Sledgehammer.
Yeah, he's Japanese, by the way. Tom Segura.
Segura.
Yeah. I loved it, man. The issue is once again, much like Bert Kreischer's most recent special, I had seen him do a lot of the act live.
Also put a pin in Bert Kreischer. We'll come back to
that. Yeah, we'll come back to that one. But... yeah, I'd seen him do some of the act live, but it still was very funny. Mm-hmm. I still found myself laughing out loud, just like I did with Bert's special, Razzle Dazzle. This one, Sledgehammer, again, I had seen a lot of the act, so it didn't quite hammer it home, as it were, but, that's what you get. That's how it works. You write the material, you tour the material. As you're touring it, you bring new stuff, you incorporate new bits. Yeah. So there was a lot of new stuff in it, too.
Trimming the fat, replacing jokes, moving words around.
Punching things up, things like so. And then you shoot it, and then you retire it. So I just caught one of the part of that cycle a little earlier. So, But no, there was still a lot of new shit that I hadn't heard. And again, some of the jokes were punched up to like, oh, when his closer, something that he said in the middle of it, he moved to the end. Mm-hmm. The jokes about getting Charo on edibles and stuff like that. So it was, I enjoyed it, man. I'm a big Tom Segura fan.
Tommy, why you tried to kill me?
Tommy, I know you tried to kill me. So, yeah. But yeah, what'd you think about it, man?
I liked it. I think it was a little bit more self-referential than some of his previous work. I mean, just some of the jokes tie very heavily into his podcast, into some of the things that he says, through there, just your mom's house references and Two Bears references, stuff like that. Not so much that you'll be completely lost on the joke, but it definitely, you have another level of appreciation for it. Like,
see, I don't think it tied into any of the jokes. I think it was more like an Easter egg kind of tangent for those that, for those that do follow it, because he mentioned like Garth Brooks and like the crowd went crazy because everybody knows that's his enemy. But like it had nothing to do with the joke. And then he spent
also, where are the bodies?
Where are the bodies? Truly,
give those families closure.
Yeah, we're on it.
We just want to know.
Yeah.
Nothing bad will happen if you tell us. We just want to know.
Right. So yeah, tangents like that, for example. But then he gets back to the jokes. I didn't think it was too distracting personally, but it's still pretty self-referential in terms of Two Bears and his audience of YMH. So, but I don't know. I think some of his best work. I don't know if this was his best. Tom Segura's is. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I think it was very well crafted. It didn't have the same, I hate to say punchiness, or it just, I think some of his other specials, he intentionally kind of went a little over the top, and this one I feel was a little bit more reserved. I don't think he was trying to push the envelope quite as much. I mean, he does go on a whole rant about transgender people, but that notwithstanding, but...
No, there's aspects of each one of his specials that I like a lot. Like in the first one when he's telling the story about Steven Seagal.
Right.
That's my shit because I know people like that are constantly just know everything about everything, and how he explains that as like the least likable quality in any human being. And he talks about like, oh, you hear a helicopter. That's a Bell B-137. Oh, how do you know that? I've been doing helicopters for 40 years. And just goes on about how this dude just fucking knows everything about everything, and having people in my life that used to be like that. It's like, yo, just, it's okay to not know.
That's right.
And the other one, he had the story about bikes. I think it was disgraceful. And then
bikes!
Yeah, bikes! That shit resonates.
That'll be fun to edit later.
Yeah. For real. That shit always resonates with me because I do the same thing. I think it's an OCD or an ADD thing where something gets caught in your brain and I have to say it out loud. Mm-hmm. So yeah. I appreciate it.
It's like driving by a herd of cows. You have to roll the window down and go, moo.
Yeah. Or like a line from a movie or something. Right. I just get it in my head and I'm like, I have to say it. Randomly, and it has nothing to do with anything. No, I've been down to pick something up, and when it strains me, instead of going like, I'll just go to blackpeoplemeet.com. I have no idea why I do it, but I do it all the time when no one's looking.
Wait. Where did that come from?
Here's a quick story. So I was dating a girl and we took a lot of Ubers, and everyone, they're just doing their job. They're making small talk. And she was a white woman. And so after you tell this, like, oh, how'd you meet? It was...
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. We'll edit that out, actually. But, yeah, they ask you, oh, where'd you meet? You tell them a story. It just gets boring over and over and over. And so eventually I just started saying that we met on blackpeoplemeet.com and that because we were both white, they just paired us up immediately and that we both did it as a gag. We're like, oh, here we are. And people bought that shit.
Sure.
Like, they're, oh, man, that's hilarious. And they just, because it's nonsense, but people at least acted like they believed it. And some people legitimately, just reading a body language, could. So I just told people that we met on blackpeoplemeet.com. And so now randomly, I'll just say it like if I'm like getting a door and it's out of reach. I'm like, blackpeoplemeet.com, and I'll get the door. So, and I shouldn't have probably told you all this, but it's just, it's a weird thing I do. So all of that leads back into why Tom Segura yells bikes at people. So
it's okay. I say the N-word every time I stub a toe.
And then you poop. Oh, man. But yeah. So,
bikes,
yeah. So, Yes, I'm a big fan of Tom Segura, obviously. I think this one was pretty strong. Sledgehammer, I think Ball Hog might be his best one, though, in my opinion.
I think so, too.
So far, at least. But, I mean, hey.
I think this one was a little bit more personal in terms of, I mean, he talks about his dad and his dad dying and
his kids.
Yeah, which he kind of talked about a little bit, but, I mean, a major focus on this portion of the special, you know?
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit more intimate, not necessarily, I would agree, maybe not his strongest material, but still good, still completely watchable.
The fact that I had seen it live performed and then can come back, granted I don't remember the set fucking verbatim, but still come back and have laugh out loud moments, it means you're probably pretty fucking good at what you do.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, I would give it a pretty, not the full riff, but you get a Cool Guy Club without the guitar riff.
Got you. I'm going to give it...
There's a cool guy. And it starts, but it doesn't finish.
I'm going to give it One Full Bush.
Oh, yeah. That was a callback. Good job. Bringing it home. Well, what else did you watch? I know that... Do you want to talk his counterpart real quick, or do you want to jump into your 4th of July movie marathon, which you do every year, which we did tease the audience?
Oh yeah.
Because I've seen The Machine, and we can both talk that.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. Let's save that for after the 4th of July rundown.
Okay.
Did my annual 4th of July watch along. Every year I pick a series of patriotic or American themed movies.
This has been going on for a long time too.
Probably at this point almost 10 years. Something like that.
I would say longer. You started it like when I was in my 20s.
Okay.
So probably 10 to. Between 10 and 15 years, something like that, yeah.
Okay, sure.
See, I made a big stink about adding on a couple years right there. Is what I did. It was my need to be right. But I guess it felt longer, you know what I mean?
That's what she said.
Hey-o! Yeah. But, so without further ado, man, this is always a big reveal. We should have a fucking jingle for this we got to work on.
Review.
Patriotic reviews, Stars and Stripes forever,
America on film.
There it is. Anyways, what'd you watch, my dude?
Of course, start off with the effervescent classic Jaws, because I fucking love that movie.
And is it Jaws every year?
It pretty much. It maybe not every year, but it's usually a strong contender in the running every year. Yeah.
Okay. So you want to review that one or give it a couple? Noms.
I was going to give it all the noms, actually. Yeah. It gets all the noms. Yeah. Great movie. I mean, what can I say about Jaws that I haven't already said before? It's a fucking perfect movie. It's a great thriller. The acting in it is phenomenal. Steven Spielberg is really on point in terms of the motherfucker knows how to shoot shit.
We've called it a perfect movie before. Still agree?
Yeah.
Even if it does drag a tiny bit, when it drags, it just builds a lot of tension. Because the characters themselves are getting bored upon the boat, going like, what are we doing out here? So as the movie drags, it very much so fits the motive and feelings of the characters, is what you're saying? Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Perfect movie. Followed up with Jaws 2, which is more of the same, but sort of slightly less so.
Hey, you know my feelings about Jaws 2 and it might being the worst sequel of all time, but you can go back and listen to our Season 2 bracket to hear my thoughts on that one.
Also, go watch Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah. So, Jaws 2, talk about it.
I'm going to give it just a few less noms than the first one. I mean, the plot is exactly the same. But instead of it just being the three men on the boat, it brings in the added danger of now his two kids are trapped out there, and basically kids from Amityville all decide they're going to go on like a summer sailing trip or whatever. So they all hop on their little dinghies and boats and head out to the water to drink and smoke pot and fornicate amongst the waves and dolphins. Watch the orcas as they caress each other. And needless to say, oh my god, they get attacked by a huge, giant, great white shark. And now Roy Scheider has to, rowboat out there to try and save his kids once again.
Yeah. Is it the same shark?
Well, no, because, spoiler alert, the first one dies at the end.
Oh, okay. Then how is it? Is it just...
Just a new shark.
It's just indigenous to this area at this time of year.
Just you know how the great white sharks of Massachusetts are.
Indigenous to my island.
That's right.
Oh man, that's what I mean about it might be the worst.
Listen, it's still not as bad as the third one, which takes place in SeaWorld.
I like the third one better than 2.
Really? Shark swims into SeaWorld and everybody panics?
Yeah. That's where, because that's when you think you're the safest. You're like, these sharks are contained out in the ocean. Yeah, you're gonna get bit all the time. The only thing that could be better is if the shark was in your pool, or your toilet.
Coming Jaws 5.
Jaws 5, mini toilet Jaws. Yeah,
toilet shark.
Yeah, you go there to have a good time with your
goes
family.
in the water. Sharks in the water.
Sharks in the water.
Our poop.
Yeah, like a doll's eyes. Anyways, that's enough juvenile humor out of us. So what else was on the 4th of July marathon?
After that, I watched, let's see. Oh, Hamilton. That's what it was.
Alexander Hamilton.
Yep. Don't miss your
know
shot.
The name, man. Alexander Hamilton. Talk about it, because there's a lot to say about that. And I'm not a Hamilton expert by any means.
Neither am I until I watched this movie, and now I know so many facts and figures about Alexander Hamilton.
Bro, when he did Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Uh-huh.
When he wrote a rap about the debate that was going on between him and Thomas Jefferson, I was like, you not only have to know the subject material incredibly well.
Sure.
To then translate it into a rap with like legit flow that's not Schoolhouse Rocks is fucking so impressive.
See, it's funny you mentioned Schoolhouse Rocks because to me that's the only thing I keep thinking was like, oh, this is just like Schoolhouse Rocks but like with a Broadway budget, which is fine, but
it's not though. Like I mean, in terms of like the cadences of the actual rap, like he knows his way around. Like, I mean, I'm a student of the rap game for sure. I mean, he definitely knows his way around cadence and flavors and when to pause syllables and when to stretch and when to not and internal rhyme schemes and all of that shit. Like, dude's legit. Like,
I'm not arguing his musical ability. I'm just saying that for me, it was a little bit like, I don't know, it was like a PBS special, but like.
What I mean by Schoolhouse Rocks is that Schoolhouse Rocks, yes, the music is good, but I mean like, or like a Sesame Street where it's like, where it's like the rhyme scheme is like A, B, B, C, C, D, sure. D. Like, it's not just simplistic. It's incredibly complex what he's done there. Like I said, but just to have the mastery of the subject material in the first place, to be like, oh yeah, this is what is going on. This is the reasonings to explain, because anyone can sit there and list events in history. To explain not only that, but the motivations as to why people were doing what they're doing is the part of history that I always find interesting. You know, it's never just on this day, this was signed. I'll forget that shit immediately. If you're like, oh, this was signed because these people were fucking pissed.
Sure.
Why are they pissed?
The whys and wherefores as opposed to just regurgitating history, dates and events, So, I understand.
That's what I was impressed. And I'm saying in that one particular rap, but even just the initial, like, I am the orphan, father of a father. He snaps off on that shit, man. He snaps off on that, dude. Anyways, go ahead though. How did you describe it?
To me, it was a lot more. It was a lot more history lesson than substance. Like to me, I didn't get. Not that I didn't get the motivations, but like to me, it was just regurgitating. And I was born on a plantation in 1730. I was da 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 da. I was really dirty. Like. I mean, yes, they sort of go through the, especially the Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton dynamic in terms of, two people who constantly are just meeting up and have conflicting ideas and sort of their interactions. So I get that, but a lot of it was just like, and then this happened, and then this happened, which is fine. You want to put a history lesson in music, but I can't say I was overly entertained. You
just a hater is what it's. I'm gonna ring the hater alarm on this.
That's fine.
It's gonna be a new segment, hater alarm. I need you to get yours and I'll get mine. We start hating on shit. I interject with the hater alarm there. Or as mine will be Riley from the Boondocks going, uh-oh, there go hater ass Huey again. Anyways, I'm sorry, that was rude of me.
It's okay. No, I don't know. It was.
I'm just surprised. I've never heard anyone describe Hamilton that way. Is why I'm very surprised.
Again, maybe the problem is that I'm just not a huge musical fan. I love live theater, but musicals to me tend to go one of two ways. They either just sing about the thing that just happened, like, well, we got into a fight and I stabbed my brother, or they'll like have the fight where the brother stabs the brother, and then they'll sing about like, now I gotta go take a shower and cleanse myself of all my sins, and it's like, wait, it's a shower song now? You just what are we? Wait, what happened? Don't sing about what just happened. You just showed us, but also don't sing about random shit that has nothing to do with what just happened.
Because it rhymes.
Because it rhymes. So, I don't know. Yeah, it was, it just, I love a good history lesson put to music, but that's all it was for me. The stage production looked amazing. The costuming and the performances and the way that they moved the set around to, all of a sudden now they're outside in colonial America, and then all of a sudden now they're in the woods, or now they're in a war room, or now they're on a ship, like, it was fun to see that, but I can't say I'm going to like, ooh, let's watch Hamilton again.
Well, now that I've heard you being hater ass Huey, I rebut. No, I actually, man, to be real, like, it's not because of the subject material. It was, and I'm quoting, I can't remember who said it. It might have been Mark Bernardin on Fat Man Beyond or something. Mm-hmm. But I agree with it entirely, and I've heard other people say similar things to it in their review of Hamilton, in the fact of like, whatever it is that you do. If you're an artist, in terms of like, if you're a painter, if you watch Hamilton, you're going to be like, fuck, I need to go paint.
Right.
If you're like, I'm a musician, you're like, oh, I need to fucking really get to it. If you're like, man, I really need to motivate myself and like, whatever the fuck your thing is, it makes you want to go appreciate and do your thing. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. And just some of that is, yes, the presentation of the musical itself, but it's also the backstory of like a man, Lin-Manuel Miranda, like writing this shit over like 7 years,
right?
And just
right.
like
just hammering it away,
perfecting it,
right.
And like
really
the 10,000 hours of it all,
mm-hmm,
shit. Mm-hmm. Like, and that is something. So maybe me knowing that going into it, and here
was that Marcus Bagwell?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Malcolm Gladwell.
Same thing.
I don't know. But it's the whole 10,000 hours.
Shout out to you, Buff Daddy.
But yeah, so just knowing that going into Hamilton and hearing all the rave about it, and then finally like, oh, I was on Disney Plus, being like, holy shit, I get it now. Yeah. Like, so yeah, it made me want to like, and so I cried when I saw it, but again, not because of the subject material, but
right.
just
the
like,
way it made you. It stirred something in you.
It stirred something in me, yeah. And it's weird. I know some people that are much tougher than I. I won't call him out by name because he wouldn't appreciate it. But
hi, Dad.
Yeah, well. Yeah. But no, people that are much not like that, and they're like, I did the same thing. And he told me, he's like, every time I watch it, I cry. Mm. But yeah, it was, yeah. So
I mean, I don't know. It's weird, the things that'll get you in movies. Like, I don't like cry much at movies or whatever very much anyway, because I have a very good sense of separating myself from the reality of the situation. But every time I watch It's a Wonderful Life and Jimmy Stewart comes in and like he's brought himself back and his whole like all of Potter's or all of Bedford Falls is there.
Mary,
oh, those petals, bro. By the time it happens, I'm like, you're right, George Bailey. You are the richest man in Bedford Falls. Everybody loves George Bailey. I'm a sobbing mess. Watching the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, when spoiler alert, when Rocket's little unhappy tree friends get all slaughtered systematically, I was like sobbing, just like tears streaming down my face, trying to hold back sniffles so the guy next to me doesn't elbow me like.
Yeah, no,
sorry, I should cut that. Yeah. So the guy next to me doesn't elbow me like, "What's up,
pussy?"
That's right.
Yeah. No, I gotcha. There's movies.
You want a hanky little girl?
Yeah, no, I get it, man. Yeah, so Hamilton just kind of it just makes me appreciate art and for what that is, and it's like, man, in my personal opinion, I look at it as somebody, like I said, who mastered it, who took the time to be incredibly meticulous and incredibly focused, and as they say in John Wick, he is a man of focus. So you gotta have a certain amount of respect for those that are truly like,
oh, it's just like Alexander Hamilton.
Right.
I get it. It's meta.
So I will give that 1 star.
I'm gonna give it 1 shot.
There you go. See, I did a different way. The poster has 1 star.
I know.
Yeah, see.
But see, they also have a song
They
called
have
Don't Miss Your Shot.
Hey, George Washington's gangster in that movie. And I love how in the Disney version, they were only allowed to say the F word once. And so they like don't do it because I guess in the Broadway play they say it more times, but in the Disney version they dropped it. Everybody, get the fuck up! They dropped it right there. So good for you on knowing when to shoot your shot on the dropping the F bombs.
There you go.
So yeah,
fucking A.
Yeah. So you want to talk about the machine? La Máquina? Bert Kreischer?
I mean, or we could flip it around and I could ask you, hey bro, what you been watching?
I watched The Machine.
Sure.
Yeah, no, thank you for asking. No, I did watch The Machine, and I know you did too, right?
Yep.
What do you think, man? Because
Are you not going to talk about The Crow and all that?
We will. We're going to talk about all that.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
We're taking notes here.
Okay.
We're going to talk all of it.
We'll cut all this.
No, you're good. But no, what did you think about The Machine? Because it got shit on online, man, and some people, oh, it's fucking trash. And like, first off, what the fuck do you expect? And secondly, I understand it opened up against like The Little Mermaid and like Fast and Furious 15.
Right. If you're gonna go see one movie this summer, it's probably not gonna be The Machine. Like,
yeah.
Just being honest.
It also opened up against the Sebastian Maniscalco family movie like the same weekend.
And
so they were kind of
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, so they kind of were. They're very. I'm sure
they
can't
compete with Bobby De Niro.
Well, no, they both didn't do well, but it was they were kind of competing against each other in terms of that. One's more family oriented, one's more like our demographic. But yeah, but no,
lonely middle-aged men.
Yeah, pretty much borderline alcoholic, an alcoholic man. Yeah. But no, it got shit on online and didn't do that great at the box office. But like hearing some of the people rip that movie apart, it's like, yo, what the fuck do you expect? Like, I'm not saying you're not allowed to be disappointed in a film, but like for what it is, I enjoyed the shit of it. I like the fact that they pivoted into making it an action comedy. Like that was a nice touch. Yeah. There was a lot of running gags, a lot of Florida State love, which obviously I'm biased for. And also,
Florida State, all we do is fuck, fight, and drink. And I'm horrible at fucking.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good joke in there. The physical comedy of it was good too, man. Like,
when he tries to do the kip up, and he flat out and ruins his back. He's just like, he gets like 6 inches off the ground.
Yeah, and just bah! Well, no, I just mean in the sense of ultimately the movie becomes like Popeye.
A little bit.
In the sense of like if he just lets go and is just like, just go be the machine. It's just him drinking a bunch of fucking vodka and turning into Popeye the Sailor Man. Like, to be real, that's the best comp I can give it.
But the movie does a good job of...
It earns it.
They establish a fictional Bert Kreischer where he refuses to drink anymore and has gotten his life together and isn't racist and trying to fuck the family dog.
Yeah, he's not racist anymore, remember. We have to put that out there. But he does still fuck dogs and snakes.
No. But so it's a fictional character, a fictionalized version of Bert that, now he's trying to focus on being a family man. And throughout the whole movie, people keep trying to push, I want to party with the machine. I want to party with the machine. And he has to constantly put that part of his life behind him. So yeah, then the final act when his dad's just like, you do you, son. Be the best you that you know how to be, and just like hand him the vodka bottle, and it's like da 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 da. And then all of a sudden he's fighting. He's
lighting a cigar with the shooting machine gun.
Yeah, with an AK-47 barrel. He's fucking like rips off the roulette table and uses it like Captain America's shield.
Yeah,
so fuck you, Captain America.
Yeah. I dug it though, man. My biggest thing is that like people always bitch about the theaters being like, oh, it's all superhero movies and franchises or reboots. And then when something like original comes out, people don't fucking go see it. Like they're gonna follow the money. Like you have to put your money where your mouth is at a certain point. So I saw it in the theater. You paid for the digital download. Thank you for that.
Which as much as it got shit on in the theaters, I really do think, and this is my prediction, I think that's going to become much more of a home watching hit, like especially if
a Mallrats kind of thing, or
kind of in the age of digital downloads. I think people are going to spend money to go see the Mission Impossibles and the Fast X's and the Marvel movies because big spectacle like that sort of needs to be seen on the big screen, whereas you could watch something like The Machine with a group of intimate friends or family who all kind of have the same sense of humor. And there's nothing really on screen that happens that is like, wow, I'm really glad I saw that in 40x and,
right.
writ large and 32 feet across, But the jokes are still there, and the jokes will land whether you're in a theater or sitting on your couch,
I don't know, man. I laugh harder in a public theater than I do watching it by myself. Because, like, I'm one of those type of people where, like, I will find something hilarious conceptually, and then not... Like, okay, for example, in the episode of The Boondocks, where Stinkmeaner gets killed, and then on the second time he comes back, they show him in hell.
Just follow us on this, people.
Yeah,
We're coming right back.
I'll show you something about conceptually, where it doesn't make you laugh out loud, but if you think about it conceptually. I'm coming back to the machine,
gotcha.
I promise. But, so, like, Stinkmeaner goes to hell. He fights demons, all right? And he calls the devil himself a bitch. And the devil allows him to go back to Earth to ransack the Freeman family, which got him killed in the first place.
Right.
Now, conceptually, what's so fucking funny about that is, one, he calls the devil a bitch, and two, when he's leaving, he's like, hell ain't shit, I'll be back. So he goes to Earth knowing that he has a second chance on life to be like, I could change my ways, I know hell exists, and I could change my ways to not go back. But instead, he doubles down and fucks with the Freeman family.
I'm gonna fuck you up, Robert Freeman.
Yeah, he fucks with the Freeman family. He doubles down on it. So, like, conceptually, that shit is fucking hilarious to me. So I might not laugh out loud at it,
right,
but, like, it makes me smile, like, years later, still, like, thinking about it.
Sure.
So when I'm in a
like the concept is, or the execution is not nearly as fun or as funny as the, I guess, the abject concept or
yes, yeah. The blind white, like, the concept of Dave's, like, where the metal meets the road is, like, the abject of, like, where Dave Chappelle plays a blind white, or a blind black white supremacist that doesn't know, and, like, that is conceptually one of the funniest fucking things you can ever hear, and then they execute it perfectly too.
Sure.
So the point is of all that, what I was saying is, when I do see a comedy, I appreciate being in a theater because, one, it makes me laugh more at the simple setup punchline and stuff, where a lot of that, if I'm not hearing other people laugh, I truly believe it is kind of contagious. When there's
absolutely.
a certain electricity in the room.
Yeah.
Where if I watch it by myself, I might be like, it was funny, it had parts, but if I'm in a theater, I'm gonna be like, oh, that shit was drop dead hilarious because other people are with you. Because at that... Does that make any sense, though?
Yeah. Especially,
I know it took me a long way to get there.
You're good. In a crowd setting, you're not necessarily just remembering your emotional connection to it or your reaction to it, but, you're also remembering, like, oh, and then that one lady that was cracking up in the back and she sounded like a hyena, and then, like, remember that one lady stood up and was like, fuck this dude's racist, and walked out.
Or whatever.
Or whatever.
Movie going, I don't know where you see movies at, but...
But, it's you're not just necessarily... The memories and emotions aren't necessarily just attached to your own, but to the people around you.
It's a bonding thing, too.
It is. And sort of... It's the concept of, like, even if you're on the fence about something, like, that was kind of funny, but I don't know if I should laugh. As soon as you hear somebody else laugh, it encourages you to do the same.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, that's my biggest thing, though, is there's things that I might be like, oh, it was funny. Or I might crack a smile at watching it by myself. Mm-hmm. But if I'm in a theater, because I'm going to be like, oh, conceptually that was very funny.
Right.
But if I'm, like, in a theater, that's that extra little push I need to be like, oh, yeah, we're all laughing. And it is safety in numbers. Oh, you're a sheep, you're whatever. Fuck it, I like to laugh.
No, it's part of our simple monkey brains to be part of a community. And when other people laugh, it's the same reason why when you yawn, people around you tend to yawn, because it triggers something in our brain where we go, oh, it's time to start relaxing now, right? We're going to start shutting down? No? Okay.
Right. So I'm glad I saw that one in the theater. But again, man, if you enjoyed it, I think your setting of saying, like, watching it with a couple people or at least a couple drinks in or whatever like that, I think you would have a great time doing so.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, what? I just mean conceptually, like, there are certain movies that you have to see on the big screen. You know what I mean?
I hear you. It's more of an event.
I don't know that this necessarily falls into that category. Like, there's nothing about the big screen experience where I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that I got to see that one action sequence, you know, on the silver screen or in high definition with surround sound and, you know, whatever.
No. I think what you're saying is they know where they spend their money at, and it's definitely is some of the action scenes. But and this is a compliment. It is a perfect like if it still existed like. Friday night blockbuster, you got friends coming over because you're in high school, and oh shit, let's rent the machine. I haven't seen it yet.
Exactly what I was thinking.
And I mean that as like a compliment. Right. It's one of those type of movies. So
it's like The Hangover or Porky's or
Police Academy 1 through 6.
Yeah, well, maybe not 5, but but yeah, you know what I mean. Just silly, irreverent humor that, you know, it's. I think it's only like 110 minutes, 111 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
So you're in and out. I mean, it's not. There's no. It's not like they're exploring the human condition, but they do kind of. You know, like they touch it on the surface level in terms of.
It's a story about one legacy ultimately, but it's
so Bert Kreisher was 22. He got involved with the Russian mafia. Here's how it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, so for those of you that don't know, Bert Kreischer, the Machine, he had this whole story, and it's in his first bit where he talks about how he got involved with the Russian mafia, and the whole point of it is in this fictional story, part of that story is he stole a watch from one of the passengers, and now
they rob a train.
They rob a train, right? So years later, when he's fat, drunk comedian Bert Kreischer, who has decided to put the machine behind him and focus on family, and he's sort of not necessarily broken down, but he's on a downward spiral of you know, shame and regret, and he's not feeling himself. He's got conflict with his wife and daughters and all that. So basically, the daughter of the person he robbed finds him, kidnaps him and his dad, who is played by, hey kids, it's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
Look
Mark
at that.
Hamill.
Mark Hamill, the Joker himself.
Yes, sir. The greatest Joker himself.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, wants the watch back.
Yeah. And so she kidnaps him and basically says, I'm going to kill your family if you don't come to Russia with me and help me find my dad's lost watch. And so
hilarity ensues and adventure is embarked upon.
Yeah. I really liked during the film how as Bert progresses on his kidnapping story of going back into Russia and back to Moscow, it kind of replays the events of the Machine story in flashbacks. I forget the guy who played young Bert.
I forget as well.
But I'm sure he was hand selected by Bert himself because that dude is super hunky and like very handsome. And Bert was like, "Yeah, I look just like that.
Just like that, yeah.
That was me. I was so handsome and strong.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know, did I tell you about the time I fought a bear?
Yeah.
I'm kidding, Bert. We love you. Please come do the podcast.
Yeah, we do. We do love you.
You can make fun of me to my face. I don't care.
Yeah. We don't have a movie.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. But no, I dug it, man. I'm glad I got to support it. I'm glad it made me laugh. I enjoyed it. I would give it a couple blocks of cheese.
Couple of blocks of cheese? Okay. I'm going to give it Body Shots World Tour.
Nice work. So what else have I been watching? I did finish Ted Lasso.
Are we good on
unless you got something else you got to talk about?
No, I was just I don't know.
Just pivot off of it quickly.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, we're professionals here.
Okay.
No, I mean I don't know. I just don't know what else to say. It's very slapsticky. It's very funny. It's a good action adventure comedy. To sit there and tell you the jokes would ruin the movie for you.
No,
so
of course, but
it's the story of just Google The Machine, Bert Kreischer. It's 22 minutes. You watch that, and then that's the premise of the movie.
Pretty much,
but
in reverse.
Yeah, in reverse. Yeah. So whatever. See, I just don't want to sit there and tell jokes out of it because it just ruins the movie. So, real quick. Other thing I watched was finished Ted Lasso.
Oh, how was that?
It fucking sticks the landing, dude.
Okay.
It's really good. I recommend it 100%.
And this is the final season, right?
Yeah, there's only 3.
Okay.
There's only 3 seasons, so I mean they're about an hour each an episode, 12 episodes each season. So
okay.
Yeah, it's a weekend. You can get, if you really want to, you can get through it in a weekend, but it took us about 2 weeks. But
cool. Well, now I like to binge watch stuff like that, you know, like
you will.
Beginning to end, right?
You will.
So now that it's over, I think I might kind of jump on and give it a look-see.
it's hard to watch that show and not have a smile on your face at some point. Like the character, they're doing it to you because it's just like, hey, you want some sugar? You're like, no. And then they're like, here's some sugar. And then you're like, can you make it an airplane noise? And then they do, and you're like, oh, I'm so glad I have this sugar in my mouth now. Because you're like, and then, yeah. Like you...
Give me another one.
Yeah, give me another one. Give me another one, yeah. And it's like, that they're doing it to you. Because it tackles very serious subject matter, but it's like some of the most fucking likable characters.
Yeah, it's not Will Arnett. Who am I thinking of?
Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis. That's it. Right.
Yeah, he's
right.
awesome. Yeah. It's perfectly, like, it's just so good. It deserves all the hype. I said it last time, but definitely sticks the landing. And Angie was like, how come they're not making more if it was so popular? And I don't have the answer to that. My guess is one, either end on a high note,
sure,
or two, it's like we've told the story that we want to tell. And you got to know when to walk away.
I've sort of heard causes for both reasons in terms of the creators were just like, hey, everybody loves the show, and we kind of like only had so much story to tell, and to try and stretch that out or make it, just to do another season would be a disservice to the fans. So, we're good.
Yeah.
Walk away. Speaking of Will Arnett, have you watched BoJack Horseman yet?
No, I have not. I watched it, but
3 episodes left, Marcus.
It's like, yeah, it might only be. I probably would say 6, but
okay.
I've watched a couple of those on the final season. But
okay.
I'll get there. I got 6 more months. Damn, only like, I got like 5 more months. Shit. Yeah, shit. No, December 24th, we'll be like, oh, crunch time, BoJack.
That's right.
BoJack crunch time.
I have to watch Schindler's List on Christmas. I have to.
Follow-up episode for year 3. No, the other thing I did watch was The Crow.
Oh.
Michael.
Very nice.
Now
you're talking to me. Hold on. 14-year-old me. The year is 1995? 96?
Something like.
I'm wearing Jinkos.
Yes, we were.
And I have the Benoit ball necklace choker latched firmly around my throat. My wallet chain, for some reason, stretches to my knees, and I have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, he's painting the picture. I thought you were going to keep going. Airwalks were still a thing.
I love some airwalks.
I saw some airwalks the other day. I was like, oh, shit. But anyways, no.
What you been shoeing?
Yeah, how you been shoeing?
No, about them feet.
What you been walking? We missed it.
Damn it. Son of a
late.
All right, take 2.
Anyways, go with the second cut. But no, man, The Crow, man, it was like there was a certain phase of my life. I didn't have access to The Crow like I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But man, like that was one of those movies like Mortal Kombat or Starship Troopers, or like it was a fucking staple of every child of like my age to your age. Like it was a fucking certain generation. If you're
late Gen X, early millennials, kind of,
it's that movie is you are the fucking target demographic 100%. And so 100%. So got into that though, man, and still holds up.
I'm glad to hear that.
I truly think so. It is very much so you can feel the 90s flair, but it works, man. It's not so stuck in a time capsule. You have to understand that if Gotham City can still work in a modern day and age of being like the city is brooding and dark,
sure,
like this does too. Which, by the way, set in Detroit.
Also, yeah.
So can we please, and here's my plea to you, can we please get a The Crow RoboCop crossover?
Like, can we make a RoboCop?
Somebody with the financial backing and the artistic vision. And you can just give... Because
technically, RoboCop takes place in the future, and The Crow takes place in 1995.
The Crow can take place whenever, because it's an ongoing tale of crows carrying the spirit from, one side to the other for vengeance duty. So is RoboCop, just with robotics and guns.
Oh, can we make a robotic crow? RoboCrow.
There's a way.
Crow-op?
RoboCrow-op?
RoboCrop?
There it is. We'll get there. There it is. Yeah, he's a...
Crobocop?
Thank you, Michael. We worked on it. Yeah, it's going to take 2 again. Crobocop. God, yes. We got there, Michael.
Workshop.
Chris, high 5. But yeah, no, but both of those films take place in Detroit. And how gangster would that should be if they crossed over? Two men on vengeance. One for being murdered and the other for being murdered more violently.
With eagle powers.
With eagle powers and RoboCop? Michael, we're on to something. Patent pending. Do not try to make RoboCop out there.
A24, call us.
Yeah, call us. But, no, man, it still holds up, though, man. It is very much so of its time, but I still...
See, good. I'm glad to hear that you say it holds up because I have seen it probably within the last 8 to 10 years. But I've always been a fan of that, so I might be a little bit biased in terms of
me too.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Just
like, dude, there's fucking photos of me and my best friend Seth with our looking like shitty juggalos because we like painted our face whites and had that was not like just happened on Halloween. That shit happened all too often. We'd have band practice, and Seth was the drummer. I'd be on the mic or the guitar, and we'd paint our faces like the Crow just for fucking band practice. That was our shit, man.
So that was the origins of our Swedish death metal band.
Yeah, for real. But I will say this:
we are Crow with an umlaut over the O.
That's good. Oh man. But I will say this though: it is one of the few times, a lot of times, man. Style, it's all sizzle in the pan. Mm-hmm. This is one of the time where style being over substance kind of works in its favor. And what agree. I mean by that is, especially if you look at it by today's standards, I've said this a million times, like post Matrix, post John Wick, post certain Ong Baks of the world, the action just doesn't hold up anymore.
You're
just
right.
being real.
You're right.
Even Predator, it's like...
The fight sequences are very choppy. They're using a lot of like really fast cuts to sort of
really broadcast swings of swords and weapons and slow-mo flips and shit,
right.
Which is fine for its time. But like,
sure.
If you,
I mean, like it's still very John Woo, still very Shaw Brothers,
yeah.
like they with the wire work and the gunplay and sort of like just the sheer the sheer volume of bullets being fired at any given time. It's all very much there. That being said, it's definitely been shown better in more recent times, more modern era. Like it's very highly stylized for the time.
Absolutely. Even Blade took what The Crow did and one-upped it in terms of action. But like, there's a lot of, I don't know if we get to The Matrix without The Crow.
I would agree wholeheartedly.
Yep. I'm sure maybe
there's a direct stepping stone.
It's definitely in the pantheon of how we got to where we are in terms of comic book films, in terms of sci-fi films, in terms of gunplay films. Like,
yeah, who did The Crow? It was Darrow. What was it? Barrow? The artist.
You're talking about the comic book?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
J.C. Barrow or J.R. Barrow, something like that.
We should probably Google it, but whatever. We're not going to.
But the movie was directed by Alex Proyas and written by David Goyer, who also did The Dark Knight. He also did...
did he?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And I know he did those other ones.
And then he did... I think he did Requiem for a Dream, and he did... what's the
He did a lot of shit. He did Blade. He
did Blade. Yeah. He did Tenet. He did...
No, he didn't.
Not Tenet.
Either way, very prolific.
He did a punch-up on... God damn it. The Leonardo DiCaprio movie, fucking Inception.
Oh yeah.
He did a punch up on Inception.
Yeah. No, he's done a lot of shit, man. He's like a sci-fi movie screenwriter of like fucking Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. He's been there.
Yeah. No. But I was saying like the style over the substance, like the action doesn't quite hold up, but it's still a ballet of bullets and shit. But like just being there's so many iconic shots of it being gothic, of like a dude with just white face paint standing in Gothic cathedrals of, moonlight shining upon his face, and gets a trench coat and guns, and there's a scene where he ultimately is seeking vengeance on the people who brutalized him and his girlfriend, right. Which I'll spare all the details.
Long story short, basically a rock star is killed on,
Devil's Night,
the night before Halloween, comes back a year later, vis-a-vis a crow carries his spirit from the Forgotten Realm, or the Spirit Realm, or whatever they call it. And he finds out that he's immortal. He can't be killed. He can look through the eyes of his crow and sort of scope around, and increased agility, kind of badassness. Looks like Sting, but kind of walks around like Neo from the Matrix a little bit.
Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, he wages war against his people that dirtied him and his lady friend. But again, what I meant by the whole sometimes style over substance works is like the Matrix wouldn't have worked if it was just cool dudes in a trench coat and da-da-da-da. Somehow this movie kind of escapes that, because they give you just enough in terms of like the gunplay, where it's not like you're not wowed by it, but the look and feel of The Crow, it just kind of works. It's not overly flashy, but there's just enough super cool shots where, again, there's a scene where he enacts revenge on somebody, and he loads a shotgun filled with wedding rings.
Stolen wedding rings,
with stolen pawned wedding rings, and he's throwing them at the shopkeepers. Like, every one of these is a life that you took, and he's throwing them one by one. Tink, tink. Every tink life, and so he loads a shotgun with it, which wouldn't work. But then fires at it, and fires it in the pawn shop after dousing it in kerosene and lights the place on fire. And it's just such a fucking cool shot.
Yeah, they have the slow motion shot of him walking away and the building's on fire and his trench coat's billowing, and then the crow comes and flies over
on
and
his shoulder.
lands on his shoulder. Yeah. It's an iconic, like, great action movie shot.
Yeah, like a must kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's
the movie is very competent in the action sequences. Like, it's not breaking new ground. It's not necessarily trying to reinvent the wheel. It's like pizza, Like,
right.
It does a really basic pizza very, very well. But the aesthetic of the restaurant itself is so cool that you're like, I mean, the pizza's okay, but this place rocks.
Right. Right. And it knows what it is. It's like, I'm a rock star, whatever, that's dark and brooding, and it leans into it perfectly, where it's not overly annoying, with a great soundtrack.
The soundtrack is amazing.
It is.
If you're a fan of 90s industrial meets like
Goth rock.
Gothic 80s rock, this is the soundtrack for you. It's got The Cure, it's got Skinny Puppy, it's got the Henry Rollins Band, it's got who else? Nine Inch Nails does a Dead Souls cover.
Yeah. You named all of it. You listened to that a couple times.
Many times.
Yeah. But yeah, there's also a super cool scene in which the Crow, Brandon Lee, rest in peace, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, son of
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, right?
Yeah, he runs down a guy who
nephew of Suddenly, cousin of Quickly,
who bombs atomically. Anyway. But yeah, there's a scene where he runs down a guy that was in a Firebird or whatever, and he
T-Bird.
Yeah, T-Bird. And he classic flicks a cigarette or whatever, and it lights the crow, like the symbol of a crow, on fire, and he leaves that for the cops to find. And it's, again, knowing what you know about action movies now, it doesn't hold up. But, like, again, there's something about the style of this movie that you're like, fuck, this was such a... The ways that it does sit in a time capsule works in its advantage.
It is very much a product of mid-90s sort of...
angst.
Well, it's sort of the mid-90s grunge meets the new industrial sort of metal gothic aesthetic that was happening, very White Zombie, very... who else am I thinking of? H.R. Geiger kind of mentality, like just the aesthetic of, like, gothic horror meets modern beauty.
Yeah, sure. Brandon Lee's beautiful.
Learned
Angie had a crush on him. She was like, we were talking about it. Oh, this dreamboat of a man. And I looked at her. I was like, you have a crush on Brandon Lee? She just kind of gave me a look like, yeah, he's gorgeous.
So her type is what? Tall, dark, and dead.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Gigi Allen, Brandon Lee. I love all those guys.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, man, no, I fucking dug it though, and I can't iterate enough. I think the impact of The Crow, it was one of the first hit of finding a niche comic book or graphic novel, and it did a good job of playing to that audience exactly. Mm-hmm. Where we did a whole deep dive. Go back and listen to it. Where Spawn went wrong, or what's wrong with Spawn. Where it didn't play to any particular audience. It didn't play into the audience of like, are we just going for like super cool big screen shit, or are we going for the comic book niche audience? The Crow hits the nail on the head.
Spawn did neither of those things. Right. I think The Crow does a good job of hitting both of those.
They do.
It sticks to the original story just enough to where it pays homage to the original artist and the creators, but it also formulates its own story and just uses the comic book images as a reference of like, okay, here's the style and aesthetic that we're going for.
Yeah. And it also works well, and like Spawn also tries to be crazy big budget, but doesn't have the budget for it.
Right.
Like the largest set piece here is like they fight on top of an old church. Mm-hmm. And it's like the largest set piece there is. It might
be the same church from Spawn.
Yeah, and it might be. It's all, yeah. They it's definitely the same backlot if they shot it from there. Or like there's a warehouse that they go into. They rent it out.
They just go to Glenn Danzig's house and he's like, I have a church, motherfuckers.
Yeah, mother. Yeah, like there's a set piece where he dives in from outside and he lands on a table and he gets shot up, but there's no like expensive like, oh, we're gonna shoot in Bali. Like it's all fucking warehouse shots. So.
Yeah. I'm sure they shot it somewhere in like Pittsburgh for Detroit, or some sort of maybe outside the studios in Burbank or something like that. And they were just like, we're just gonna bring in every set decorator we know to make this place look like rundown anarchaic Detroit.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. People that know what they're doing and know how to disguise it well. It is truly an art to it. So, but that movie had a huge impact on me as a kid, man. It really helped form a lot of the shit that was like cool to me. A lot of it came from The Crow, of being like badass and mysterious.
That movie had such a cultural impact. I mean, we kind of talked on it before. Like, you don't get to the Matrix without stepping directly on The Crow. Very true. Sting in the pro wrestler in the mid 90s completely lifted his aesthetic from the Crow movie with the white face paint. It's sort of this weird gothic mime kind of look, kabuki theater meets silent assassin. Right down to the trench coat, him descending from the rafters and stuff like that. Which still to this day he carries on as an iconic look, So the impact of this movie can't be denied, especially on, God, I would have been 14, 13 years old.
More formative years, for sure.
For sure. And, this is, again, me falling in love with 9 Inch Nails and the Dresden Dolls and
early Filter,
exactly. White Zombie, Marilyn Manson, like that whole aesthetic of just the grunge rock meets gothic metal.
Yeah. No, it was fucking timestamp, man. So with that being said, I also found out the guy who directed, we were talking about it earlier, John Wick, Chad Stahelski. I believe if I'm butchering your name, or Stahelski, I'm just going to go with that.
Sure.
Chad. He was the one that finished The Crow when Brandon Lee had the tragic accident on set. Brandon Lee died during the making of The Crow.
Right. Which, by the way, if you haven't read the entire story of how Brandon Lee died, do yourself a favor and go research that, because it kind of ties in with things that have happened recently in other movies in terms of just people being careless with prop guns and not understanding
and blood packs and stuff like that,
not understanding how like really dangerous firearms always are, and you should always treat them with respect
and reverence,
and just everybody be on the same safety page. So I don't know, just go look that up. I don't want to get into it because it's sad, but like, if we didn't learn our lesson then, we should definitely learn it now.
Yeah, and it sucks too, man, because he as well was But anyway, sorry, just to finish that train of thought.
Sorry.
Chad Stahelski was the guy who came in and finished The Crow, who went on to direct. He was a stunt double for Keanu Reeves in The Matrix.
He stood in as the body double, yeah.
Yeah, well, he finished the scenes that, because they hadn't completed the movie yet. So they pretty much got all the dialogue done, and so he stood in for Brandon Lee. Because, again, it's so sharp. It's shot with so many shadows cast over the face and stuff like that.
Well, basically what they did is once Brandon Lee died, there was the whole question of how do we finish the movie, and they were basically, 4/5 of the way done.
Right.
There was a few pickup shots, a few, we got to get reaction shots, whatever. So they shot him as the body double and then digitally replaced his face with very, very early, kind of deepfake technology. But then they hit it very well with hard lights and shadows to sort of cover up the fact that that's a digital face, but you can't really tell because we're just going to show it just for a hot second in shadow.
Or they just had him with long hair and the hair would just be cast over his face primarily.
Right.
So
old school movie tricks.
Yeah, but it's cool in the sense of the lineage of this is why I believe that John Wick is such a great franchise. If you look at the guy, he finished The Crow, and his partner David Leitch, he's the other. He doesn't get the credit of directing.
Yeah,
John Wick.
He's the Bill Finger to his Bob Kane.
Yeah, but they both kind of say
sure.
And we watch the behind the scenes stuff on John Wick. They talk about The Boys, and they're talking about David Leitch and Chad Stahelski. David Leitch went on to has a great career, directed Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2. he does a lot of great action shit too.
Right.
But
He's coming back for Deadpool 3, no?
I don't think so. I think that's the guy who directed Free Guy, the other Ryan Reynolds movie.
That would make sense.
But yeah, either way,
makes sense.
So yeah, it's just cool his progression of going from stuntman to that to a stuntman in the Matrix, to stunt coordinator on a lot of stuff, to actually being able to direct John
just
Wick.
Seeing his progression, like
he's fucking Forrest Gump of it all. Like, you know what I mean? Both of those guys. It's like
Mama said, life was like a box of bullets.
Exactly. So I just thought that was kind of cool. But the sad part about Brandon Lee's passing, obviously it's a tragedy, but it was a lot like Aaliyah, the singer who passed away, who I love. I cried when she died and called Michael. I was like, Michael, Aaliyah died. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was in boot camp and you sent me a letter.
Yeah. I was very sad. But the part that sucks is that Aaliyah had just signed on to do Matrix 2 and 3. And I think Queen of the Damned was going to be a potential
sequel or follow through, right?
But
spin off, whatever. Yeah.
Right, but she was about to blow up. She had like a bunch more.
She had just done Romeo Must Die. She had just done.
She had done Queen of the Damned, but
Queen of the Damned. God, there was one more movie she was in. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I don't remember. Either way,
it Kiss of the Dragon. I don't remember.
I don't think so, but either way, her career was about to blow up. Though she had signed on for she was going to be the new hot thing in Hollywood. And same thing with Brandon Lee. He was in talks, apparently. This is, again, speculation, but the rumor is that he was in talks. Again, you talk with people. It could be a coffee.
Sure.
But was in talks with Stan Lee to be Shang-Chi early on.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Shang-Chi
and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Okay,
yeah.
right.
So, again, he was one of those guys
where... a meeting with Stan Lee. It happened suddenly.
Suddenly, over coffee.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
quietly,
yeah.
We can do this all day.
Yeah, fucking Eve.
We won't.
Yeah,
I will.
Yeah, Michael will. So, but yeah, it just kind of sucks. It's a tragedy in the sense, like I said, his career was really about to blossom, and it was
over something that really should not have happened, like an accident that was so easily preventable. You know, like in a. I don't know, fragility of life. I don't know what to tell you.
It's tough, man. So, I will rate The Crow, though. Which, do not watch its sequel. If you like the first one at all, the sequel will let you down very quickly.
See, I disagree. I kind of like the sequel.
Oh, I got to give a shout out to, what's his name's in it? Ernie Hudson's in it.
Who?
Ernie Hudson's in The Crow.
I don't remember him.
He's a Ghostbuster.
That's a callback.
Oh, yeah, that's an old school one. Yeah, when we were talking about the Mr. Terrific.
That's right.
Yeah. No, but also Michael Wincott, he plays the bad guy.
Top Dollar.
Top Dollar.
Yeah.
Talk about a snap famous guy. He was the bad guy. He's such a gravelly, raspy voice.
Yeah.
He was the bad guy in The Crow, and
he was also the sheriff of Nottingham's cousin. So Alan Rickman's cousin. Alan Rickman played the sheriff of Nottingham. He played the cousin in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the Kevin Costner joint.
Yeah.
Why not? Why a spoon, cousin? Why not an axe or a sword? Because it's dull, you twit. What? It'll hurt more.
Yeah. Yeah. He was also in the movie Nope recently. So been quietly working, doing his thing for quite some time now.
That's one of those cats where, like, if ever I was going to be famous, I want to be that level of famous where, like, I've worked steady in Hollywood for, like, 30 years. But every time somebody brings me up, you're like, oh yeah, what was that guy's name? He was, he was the guy in that thing, and then I saw him in the other thing, and then, yeah.
I did do him a disservice, though, when he first came on screen. I was like, oh, I know this guy. He's been in a lot of shit. He's like the broke man's Christopher Lambert. It's the Kmart special version of it. But
you know what? He is kind of the...
He kind of is. But he's had a good career, though. I don't want to shit on his career. Like,
I mean, listen, we can't all have Highlander recognition, okay?
Yeah, and Raiden of Mortal Kombat 1.
That's right. So. Although he would have played a good Raiden.
He would have been a fine Raiden.
Yeah.
So shout out to Michael Wincott and the underrated performance of the week. So we went from shitting on you to praising you just like that, because that's what we do.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast. But I will give The Crow... what do I want to give it? 2 white roses on Shelley's grave.
Oh, see, there you go.
Or or let me tell you a story. Bang, oh, fuck, I'm dead.
That's a great scene. I love that. Yeah.
You want to rate it or you want to take a break?
I'm going to rate it, it can't rain all the time.
Oh my God, yeah. All right, on that note, we are going to take a break from our sponsor, High Fructose Corn Syrup.
Ooh, high fructose corn syrup. Have you had American food in the past 50 years? You've eaten it.
And we are back from our sponsor, High Fructose Corn Syrup. To quote Huey Freeman, high fructose corn syrup. Look it up. It'll kill you.
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah. Well, we also...
I'm here to talk to you about diabetes.
Diabetes, that Wilford Brimley. We also saw
Ones
something...
of people every year killed by ducks.
Oh, man.
That was a personal joke.
Yeah, it was. We also watched something very odd, and I'm going to let Michael do his best to try to explain it. It was a Korean fucking animated film. I'll just introduce it. It was called Our Friend Power 5. And it wasn't animated. It's live action plus animated plus whatever. But Michael, you do your best to describe this one, and I'll chime in.
So, how do I start with this piece of shit movie?
It is a piece of shit, too.
So, a scientist tries to, I think, bring in debris from space as a natural resource, and they accidentally shoot a ship full of knockoff Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and brings them to Earth, and then those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles then have to find a way to integrate with society while they're being chased by the sharks, but they're actually rats, and they look like Splinter. And then they build a giant robot to fight each other, and somehow or another a kid gets psychic powers, and then there's a bunch of hopping vampires, and this was a fever dream.
Yeah, this shit was nutso, man. It felt like when Glenn put it on, and it starts with like weird animation, my first instinct was like, yo, is this like the beta test for fucking Dragon's Lair or some shit? Like,
or like the
B-roll?
The B-roll from Robotech or something?
Yeah,
like,
what the fuck is this?
So it starts off with space battle, and it's really bad animation. And then all of a sudden we cut to interior of the ship, and it's live action with, I guess...
Peaceful turtle people that just look like Ninja Turtles toys got put in the microwave and had their face mushed.
Like, these costumes are literally based off of the 1988 Ninja Turtles toy line. And they're just like vinyl or rubber suits or something. And just painted with glitter and different colors to make them not Ninja Turtles.
Pretty much.
They're alien, not quite adults, Taekwondo tortoises.
Yeah. It's like the knockoff of the knockoff. Like, I know people that seek out B movies. My brother Matthew is one of them.
Sure,
I know people that seek out C movies.
Yeah, ask him about Manos, The Hands of Fate, or Mystics of Bali, or Tokyo Gore Police.
But Glenn is the only person I know that seeks out the bootleg version of C movies. Foreign C movies at that. So it's not even like C movie in your own language. So, yeah. A lot was lost in translation on this one. But I had a great time watching it, not because of the film itself, but because of the company that was kept during it. So... It's like a riff tracks or like a mystery science theater, which we won't try to do here because that's not our jobs. But
no.
But it was good camaraderie though. It was a lot of fun.
But I know what you mean in terms of like hypothetically, if you had told me, if you had handed this movie to me and been like, "Hey, watch this so we can talk about it." If I had watched that by myself, I probably wouldn't have made it past the first 20 to 30 minutes of the movie.
No, I couldn't have. I would rather watch knockoff UPN cartoons. Fucking, or old school WB before the frog got on there and it was just shitty versions.
WB.
Yeah. I would watch the shitty versions of cartoons like that.
That's scraping the bottom of the barrel, bro.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, but
that's like...
You hand me some shit like that.
Remember the Damon Wayans show?
Yeah,
remember that?
Wanehead. I do. I just watched the theme song for that the other day, in fact. Wanehead. Yeah.
We
are
catering to 3%
people right now.
And we have 13 listeners. So
yeah, I know.
we're catering to exactly 0.35 people.
0.35 people. Yep. But yeah, still. Now, if you were to ask me to watch Our Force 5 by myself, I'd be like, nah, I can't do it, man. I got anything to do. I'd rather watch. Well, no, not It's Pat.
No,
I'd rather watch this than It's Pat. Yeah.
Like, that's sort of the fun of watching B movies is they're not necessarily as fun watching them by yourself, alone, in the dark, whiskey in hand, thinking about the regrets of the day.
Of which there are plenty.
Maybe that's just my own movie watching experience. I don't know. But, like, this is a movie that you have to watch with people. This is a movie that you have to see in a group, and it's one of those, like, I won't necessarily think fondly of the things I saw in the movie, but I remember the jokes, and I remember us all making fun of it and talking about, like, looks like a broke ass splinter, or making fun of, dude had a pasted on mustache, and you made the joke of, so I want my mustache to look like painted on skunk butthole.
That's exactly what the Space Rats thing looked like. The skunk butthole.
So, like,
they had keep going.
Go ahead.
No, they had everything from, like, a bad song. Dude, this movie, oh my god.
Go ahead.
There's space,
speak on it, son.
No, there's space robots. There's Ninja Turtles.
Uh-huh.
But
they're not Ninja Turtles.
They're karate, taekwondo.
That can transform.
Yeah, alien.
Thanks to a magic wand.
And that's the part I was saying. They also have a magic wand that can transform them to blend in, which they don't do but once, and then I don't know. So there's magic also involved. There's a magic wand and a princess involved too. And at one point, the bad guys get a hold of the magic wand, the rat people, which are known as sharks, and they transform.
They're rat people, but they're known as the sharks.
They're known as the sharks, yes.
So, like, the whole time we were like, so is this like a Jets versus Sharks situation where they're going to break into a musical, and then, God damn it, they break into a musical.
They do, yeah. And they have a ridiculous song that was subtitled of, like,
we are bad guys. We have no direction.
We have no direction. The good news is, though, and I've said this a million times before.
Causing trouble.
Yeah. We cause holes in teeth.
What was that, the cavity mites?
Yeah, exactly. It's a Colgate joke for two.
Right.
No, but they have and I've said this a million times before. The one thing is, I don't care what movie it is. If you give me Goon A and Goon B,
right,
and you let them, and this is what Glenn described it as. He said, "Good old fashioned tomfoolery." Raps.
He said wholehearted tomfoolery.
No, raps. He said these rapscallions are doing wholehearted tomfoolery.
That's right.
And I was like, Glenn, points to you for using wholehearted tomfoolery in an actual sentence today. Yeah.
I didn't know you could pluralize rapscallionry.
Yeah. But no, they give a classic Goon A and Goon B who just do nothing. They just go around and, like, throw tennis balls at people while they're eating lunch. And it's like, what are you doing?
Just picking people's sandwiches off and munching on it, or, like, doing karate moves in the streets.
Off the table. Like, people are eating lunch and they just run up and jump on the table like, ha ha, do a flip off. And you're like, the fuck, dude? Like, I want a 30-minute lunch break. Fuck out of here.
I'm from the United States, man. Like, unless you're going to show up and just show them stabbing a baby, I've seen it before.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here.
I watched a movie based in Detroit before this. But
you can't fool me. Yeah. This is some bullshit.
But no, they give a classic Goon A, Goon B, and they transform into humans that also have skunk butthole goatees, and they're the best part of the movie. Easily.
I want that on a t-shirt. Skunk butthole goatees.
Yeah, that's what they had, man. They had the white wisps painted in there too, very shittily. But yeah, they were awesome. They were also my highlight.
What was that dude's thing on his forehead? Like, one of the main scientist characters had this thing on his forehead, and it literally looked like a piece of masking tape that they just drew a black dot on. So I don't know if it's supposed to be a mole or like a cybernetic implant, but I'm just like, did they just forget to peel the makeup piece off, and we're like, fuck it, let it run?
It drew attention in all the ways you don't want Hollywood makeup to do. It was bad.
Distracting as fuck.
Yeah. I don't get it at all.
I could not listen to his dialogue because I was just staring at the little black dot on his forehead like, what does that mean? Is that like a cultural thing that I don't understand? Is this supposed to be some like meta joke that doesn't like move on beyond Korean cinema? Or is this like a reference to a Hitchcock thing that I'm just not hip to?
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's one of those things where you need a strong director, where when actors come in and they start doing like an American actor will come in and be like, hey, are we doing the accents? And then you just need a strong director to, after about a day of shooting, being like, we're not doing the accents. Just drop it.
So the Kevin Costner of it.
Yeah, or when they're like, hey, are we doing the makeup again today? No, we're not. Like,
No,
we're not.
No,
we're not doing the
we're
makeup. It looks terrible. Let's be honest.
But listen, I gave you 2 days worth of coverage on this. We're taking it off.
It looks terrible. I don't care about consistency at this point.
Why would you in a movie like this?
Dude,
that's the thing you're going to be consistent about?
Yeah, and they can't even animate it properly. At one point, the two animated robots were fighting each other, and then magically there was a second robot, and they beat up the other robot, but there was never precedence for a third robot. It made no sense.
All of a sudden, just they change robots because, like, well, we ran out of animation style for that particular robot, and we still need to extend the movie by 9 minutes, so... Yeah. Fuck it, bring in a second robot that makes no sense.
Yeah, with zero
and it's
content.
Like, wait, is this the same robot? Is this a different robot? Who's piloting this robot?
Yeah, so Earth builds this giant robot, and like, you know who should drive this? One, they have one of the kids gets superpowered, but they just give it to 5 little fucking asshole kids that beat up a dude for like what was it, cotton candy earlier in the movie. Yeah. They're like, oh, this dude's, like the 5 of the most asshole kids you could ever have. They're like, yeah, let's give them a fucking weaponized robot because we put our faith in them as humanity. These kids are terrible.
Like, literally, the main scientists are like, we built this robot, it's untested. And then the other scientists come in like, we should let our kids pilot it, right? And he's like, yeah, totally. It's untested and they've never been proven as pilots, but they show a lot of gumption, so let's fucking go for it.
The kid's got moxie.
I like the gut of his jib.
Yeah, they're a bunch of rookie hotshots.
It's just
coming straight out of the academy is what they are.
No, you just came out of the academy and you're a rookie hotshot.
But you're a damn fine robot.
You like to shoot first and ask questions later, but you're the damn finest mecha pilot we've got.
Exactly. You're only
goddamn if I don't respect that.
Yes, I don't know how to describe this movie. It's free on YouTube. It is called Our Friend Power 5. I got nothing on it, man. I mean, you can talk about it as much. I don't know what else to say. It's insanity.
I'm going to rate this 5 unnecessary turtle cameos. There was no reason for them to bring Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into this other than to be like, put it on the poster like, we kind of got turtles?
We kind of got turtles? Well, here's the thing. And I
kind of love turtles?
I appreciate your rating because it's very honest and very, very sweet to this movie, I'll say. But at no point, like...
Yeah, I'm nothing if not kind. That's what I'm known for.
Yeah, it's kindness in reviewing of films. But, no, it's...
Also, go watch Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah, for real. But, it's robots and... Somebody described it best, because there's a kid that has superpowers because he gets hit with the same beam that fucking they drew the turtles in. It doesn't make any sense. But he gets, like, mind control powers.
Right.
And so it can't decide if it's, like, Akira, where, like, Tetsuo has the...
Right, he's finding the limits of his powers and sort of testing it out, but also it's...
Ninja Turtles, but
Biker
also...
Mice from Mars.
But also it's Transformers or GoBots.
Right.
Plus also it's Voltron, because they, like... It's Matthew described it as it's like somebody had their toy chest and they didn't have a matching set of toys.
Right.
And so we would be like, oh, and then the GoBot comes in against the G.I. Joe.
Right.
And when like you have a Micro Machines over here who's like a third of the size of the other toys, but like that's all you got to play with, so you're gonna make it work. You're like,
I'm gonna make my Predator toy fight my G.I. Joe toy.
Yeah, my 2-foot G.I. Joe actual legitimate toy fight a 6-inch figurine, because that's all I've got.
And then all of a sudden in comes Venom from out of nowhere.
Right. Which, you want to talk about your former wrestling league real quick before we get out of here?
So back in the day when I was 26, I had
He's like, back in the day 3 months ago.
Son of a bitch stole my joke. Which, by the way, Glenn stole a joke from me in that, watching that movie that I was so mad about, and all I could do was just fume on it. That literally to the point where I couldn't make any other jokes because I was just thinking about how he stole it from me. It pissed me off so much. So thank you, Glenn, for stealing my Pee Wee Herman joke.
Thank you, Glenn, for stealing that joke from me, the legitimate one. Thanking you, not just being what we call a sinner. Here go hater ass Huey. That's the hater ass. Yeah, that's the hater ass Huey alarm. You're gonna start hearing that alarm a lot more here on What You've Been Watching. I'm gonna start shutting shit down.
Hey, listen, you want to give me access to a soundboard? Go ahead. You go right ahead, sir. We can play that game.
Yeah, I'd love it. Anyways,
welcome to DJ in the Butt.
Yep, and we're doing it. Anyways, yeah, what were you saying there? What?
Yeah, it was a tragedy. Yeah, what was the question?
Yeah, I got another. I will review it. I will give it one Goodwill box of toys.
Oh, we were talking about my wrestling league.
Oh yeah, your wrestling league.
Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, speaking of a Goodwill box of toys, that was a segue.
So I had a wrestling league that I had up with all my action figures where, you had Cobra Commander fighting against He-Man, or Skeletor meets the Predator toy meets now all of a sudden in comes in Apocalypse or Wolverine or oh my god, Cyclops runs in with a chair. But it was all just mismatched toys that I would formulate a plot line around, which is essentially exactly what this movie is. Was just like, all right, so I've got animation, I've got some really shitty rubber Ninja Turtle suits, I've got a bunch of really shitty Splinter rubber suits, plus some really shitty makeup and facial hair, so let's make a fucking movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I got a couple nieces and nephews that ain't got much going on during the summer. Let's just throw them in it too.
Right. Hey, you guys want to get credit for a movie? Come on.
Yeah.
I'll pay you in hot dogs.
Yeah, exactly, because child labor laws aren't the same overseas.
Oh no, you're just going to do the movie.
Right. And then you're going to...
just show up.
And then you're going to go home and animate The Simpsons.
Well, we actually made that joke that, the kids that were working on the movie were the same ones that were going home and, hand animating all the cells. They were like, I don't know how to animate. The script's not written. They were like, you will goddamn animate. You will just draw. Draw right now. And then go out in the backyard and do karate.
And we will film it. Right. Oh, man. But yeah, our friend Power 5, brought to you by Glenn Bryce. Thanks for that one, pal.
For sure. Too sweet as always.
Too sweet as always. Well, anything else you want to talk about, man?
I recently had a fish sandwich. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I bet. They're always
And by that, I mean, I had a bus station gank behind the Burger King bathroom where we had a fish sandwich.
Did you have to buy the fish sandwich?
Of course not.
Okay, good. Then it's all good. Good. We're talking the same language. So
they know me. They just give me free fish sandwiches.
Well, because I just hang out there a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out. MD3 signing out. Appreciate y'all checking in.
As always. This is Marvelous Mike D saying, please, go watch a movie, and especially a dirty B movie that you can watch with people.
Talk about it with some group of people that you love, hopefully, to make it more bearable.